Okay, this is something I've been working on for a few months now. As you guys know, all my stuff takes a while, so I apologize for the gaps in between them. But this is something that actually Dave brought to my attention, and several people have asked me when they see my escapes if I do magic or will I do magic, can I do magic? And I finally come up with a magic act to do, and that's what I'm going to perform today. And there's going to be a lot of moving parts with it, I guess you'd say, so I'll just have everybody kind of watch the whole room, so there's no denying I'm not doing any trickery or anything. Anything's gimmicked, that's what it's called when something's set up beforehand, nothing's gimmicked. This is just a table with a cloth over it. And so I'm going to have a lot of people help me with this. Evelyn, bring me that coin. Just lay it on the table in front of me.
Maybe trust you, but I don't think you trust her that that's a real coin.
That's what I brought her.
Because she gave up money. That little girl don't give up no money.
That's Nikki.
Thank you, Evelyn.
Thank you, Evelyn.
Okay, who else wants to volunteer to bring something to me? Somebody that I have not spoke with at all. Somebody that hasn't spoken to me. Anybody want to volunteer?
You need a volunteer?
Need a volunteer.
Sarah will do it.
Sarah did. Here comes Sarah.
Will you go over to this table over here? See that salt shaker on top of the microwave? Will you grab it and grab me 2 napkins, please?
I can hear.
Just lay those on the table in front of me, please. Thank you very much. That's all I need. Okay, Jennifer, will you come up now, please? And reason I brought Jennifer up, everybody knows me and her are friends, we talk, but you have no idea what I'm going to do.
No.
I brought her up because she is familiar with me, and we haven't planned this beforehand other than me asking you, would you come up here and help me, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm going to try to make this coin disappear. And you guys know I'm all about exposing lies people do. A lot of times this is done using magnetic rings. The person doing the trick will wear a ring that's magnetic, will slip, and they will palm it, or they'll do what's called a French drop, and the coin will disappear. Do you see any rings that you don't recognize?
Yep.
Everybody see these are not magnetic rings. They're where they would stick, okay? I want you to stand about right here and just watch what I do. I'm taking just a shaker and putting it over the coin.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, it's still there. Make sure there's no magnet there.
What you gotta do? Still there. The only reason I'm doing 2 napkins is because they're rather thin. Sometimes they break when you put them over the top of things. I'm going to try to make this coin disappear, and then if you watch, and if I do anything, go ahead and sell me out. I don't do magic words, it's not part of my thing. I wouldn't know what to say if I did, but just watch me try to make this coin disappear.
It was on tails, now it's on heads.
Nope. Okay, okay. I'm gonna try this again. What would you say if I could make the shaker go through this table? That'd be a good trick. Look on the table. Thank you. Thank you very much. Couldn't know about you. Now, I'm going to explain how I did that. And it does look as if I made it go through the table. What the whole art of magic is misdirection, which to me is a lie. That's why I don't do magic, because it's a big lie to me. What I was doing, I had napkins, paper, and this material, napkins, paper towels, tend to hold their shape. When I moved it away, everybody's looking at my left hand and the coin, dropping the salt shaker in my lap,
It still looks like.
that still holds this shape. So, salt shaker's in my lap the whole time. And while everybody's looking at me and I'm talking, I'm moving the shaker under the table and then dropping it. In sync with me pushing the napkin down. It's all misdirection, it's all lying. So that's why I don't do magic. Okay, if I thank you very much. Now, I came up with that because I needed a way to lead into what I'm talking about. And I can't do it any other way than doing some kind of outlandish demonstration. But the thing about this is it's all about lying. All that was one big lie. Wouldn't you all say I was lying the whole time? Everybody should get yes or no. Was I lying the whole time? Was I lying? Thank you for actually engaging. I didn't lie not one time. Think about this. I said I'm going to try to make this coin disappear. I said, would it be a good trick if I can make the shaker go through the table? I never said I'm going to. So that's not a lie, that's just providing options. That's a trick a lot of people fall into. That's something the devil uses a lot. That's something the world uses a lot. I didn't lie, I provided an option, or they told you a convenient truth.
That's right.
So it's not a lie, but it's not good. It's just something convenient they told you that makes them feel better or eases the pain. You know, it is something people often fall on, even things they don't understand. They say that's what they've always been told, so it's just it's a comfortable lie to them. It doesn't mean it's right. You know, especially with things going on in the world today, with the abortion and things like that. That I'm not going to get into. That's more political than what we're doing here. But just because it's accepted doesn't mean it's right. And a lot of families, especially, are trapped in these ideals that just because it's something that we're told,
Amen.
they think that's gospel and that's what it has to be and that's the truth, even though it's a horrible thing. They convince themselves that the lie is okay, and that's how they live, and that's how they just continue to manipulate down the line. That's why I'm glad to hear that people are wanting to stop the cycle now with their children, because that, what children are heard when they're young, that continues in their adult life, and it just goes on and on and on. That cycle never ends, most of the time. And I'll read my whole writing. Work with me, guys. Just because something's accepted doesn't mean it's right.
Amen.
And how many lies are going around the world, or in people in general, that are accepted and they think they're right, but they're really not. And nobody really sees it. That's like they've got blinders on. And so I come to you guys with a question today of, who are you lying to? And most of you are probably going to sit there and say, I'm not lying to anybody. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are.
Amen.
I'm talking to myself just as much as anybody.
Amen.
So don't get up here and think, Justin, you're on a high horse. No, I'm not. I have a very good friend of mine that pretty much every day they ask me, am I upset about something? And I say no, and they say, you're lying, because yes, you are. So don't think I'm trying to sell anybody out, because I'm not. I'm talking to myself just as much. I just see things, and I'm here to tell you the truth. That's it. Nothing more, but I'm here to tell you the truth. That's all. So,
Amen.
first thing that I see in people is you're lying to your job or to the church. I say that because most people say, yeah, I like my job. No, you don't.
You heard him right.
You don't like having to go to work for 8 hours a day and miss your family and miss doing things. That's just what is accepted by society. Granted, it's necessary, but people let jobs and things like that consume their lives, or they don't want to work and they don't want to do things, so that's just, it causes problems with that because people lie for them. You know, in the church, you know, it becomes a thing too where people always volunteer to do things they don't really want to do, but they feel like they have to do it. And the burden's placed on one too many people, and it could be spread out amongst a lot of people. I've just seen that a lot of people just feel they need to take on too many things within themselves. And it doesn't have to be like your job that's on your tax paper. I'm talking about like work around your house and work you do for other people. People take too much on themselves trying to help other people, and sometimes you take on too much and that causes problems. But you feel content with it, saying you need to do it, and you say I have to, and I'm the only one. That's a lie, you don't have to. Don't convince yourself of that. Another thing that I've seen is people lying to the world. People think, okay, that's easy. No, not really. You would probably imagine I'm saying you lie to the world about how happy you are. No, I'm saying you're lying to the world because you act like you're content and you act like you're happy with your religion, and you're only living it on Sundays and Wednesdays. Most Christians, not you guys, but most Christians in general. And people see that, and that's why they don't want to be a part of it, because they see how utterly miserable you are. But you are on top of, yeah, I'm a Christian, I'm happy, but you don't seem like everybody has bad days. Trust me, I'm here to tell you. There are certain days where you don't even want to talk to me because I'm in one of my moods. So thank you in the back. She deals with 8 hours a day. But yeah, I see that. So, I don't like to say we're being here now, but I'm saying don't lie about things if you're having a tough time. I would much rather tell somebody than just continue to lie saying everything's fine, everything's great, because everything's not, and all that does is eat you up inside and you keep it bottled up. So, you know, I deal with a lot of different people, and they know I'm a Christian, but if I still talk to them and they say there's something bothering you, I'll try to tell them in an easy way. I don't want to drown them out with my problems, because they usually come to me with their problems, but don't lie just because that's what you think you have to do. Just because you're Christian doesn't mean life's going to be perfect, doesn't mean it's going to be easy. For the most part, it makes it harder in a lot of ways, because you don't just have this thing to fall back on the world and falling back into bad things. You have to convince yourself to look towards the positive things, and sometimes that's hard to find when you're trapped in all the negative thoughts you see and the darkness around you, you don't see the light. And that goes into my thought of you lie to your friends, because your friends are supposed to be people that know you very well, being other Jeff. He's known affectionately as other Jeff, because that's Jeff. Me and other Jeff, we talk pretty often, right? Well, maybe not every day, but we talk pretty often.
Warn my family.
Yeah, probably. Mine too. Mine too. But anyway, using him as an example of we're friends, but I could tell you something, you would probably believe me, right? Even if you're not around.
Yeah.
But I'd be lying to you sometimes, you know, if, say, how was your day? Fine. And if you ask me how was my day, I'd say fine. That's a lie, it wasn't fine. I hate it, but I'm not gonna go into detail with you. But that's what people do, is say fine. And your friends come to you and say, this, and I'll say, no, this isn't bothering you. Do you want to talk about it? No. Yeah, you do want to talk about it. You feel like nobody wants to hear it, or it's going to bug them, or they say all you ever do is talk about the bad stuff. Well, if they're really your friend, they want to hear it anyway, even if it is all you harp on, and they don't want to hear about it, then they're really not your friends. So just cut them off anyway. I'm here to tell you the truth, remember?
Yeah.
I'm not here to pat your head and say everything's fine. You know, if people aren't helping you, they're hindering you, so just cut them off anyway. I'm sorry. Because we've got way farther to go in this journey of life and let people drag us down and us lying about things that aren't bothering us. We say they're not, just because we don't want people to change their opinion of us. Like I said, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And with your family also, your family's supposed to be the ones closest to you, but don't we all lie to our families more than anybody? Because your family sees you every day, but it makes it easy when you see something every day, you don't notice the differences as much as something you see once a year or once a month or what have you. So when you're around your family, one, they're probably not really gonna ask you because you don't want to talk to them anyway, but if they do, and they wonder what's going on and whatnot, and you lie and make up some story, you know, that's not really helping anybody. Now granted, you know, you don't want them getting them a lecture to you, so I get that too. But do the same thing is if you have a lost family member, they come to you, you're about the only one that can help them. But if you don't tell them everything to expect, then, you know, it goes back to my first point of the comfortable truth, you know. Because most people will tell you I'm not a liar, most people are not by definition, but if you really get down and look at it a different way, just because you're telling it an easy truth doesn't mean make it much better than a lie, because it's not benefiting the person in the long run. So look at things from a different perspective. And the thing I've noticed that I do a lot, I'm sure a lot of you can agree with too, is that's Satan, that's the devil. And people don't say, well, what do you mean by that? I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. You can look at the devil and tell him, whatever he's bothering you with, you tell him it doesn't bother me that bad. And we do that every day. I certainly do. So he knows what to use, he knows what to throw at me. So he's going to throw it at me and say, I've got you. You can lie and say it doesn't bother me, but he's going to throw it 10 times harder because he most of the time knows what to use. So if there is an issue, I would beg you please be honest with someone and tell them so they can pray with you. And probably just that one, you know, don't tell everybody. But just be honest with someone. And don't lie and say, it's not a big deal, it's not hindering me, it's not bothering me. You know, back when I was drinking, that was one of my big things. People say, you're drunk. No. Yes, I was. If I was breathing, yeah, pretty much. I was. So, and that's an extreme circumstance. But for the most part, people have a pattern they follow of what bothers them, what the devil can use, or just a temptation they have. You know, me, gambling doesn't bother me because I'm too much of a tightwad, so I can never gamble. Just wouldn't work. But you know, some other people will spend their whole paycheck on it. It's just an example. But a lot of people lie about what hangs them up, you know. And I did it for years. And there's still things I struggle with to this day that people say, you're still mad about that. It happened 2 years ago. Yeah, a little bit. Don't know why, but I am. I'm sure everybody in this room could think of something that still bothers them that they want to lie about and say, no, I'm over that. It doesn't bother me. I'm happy. And they put on the fake smile and walk out the door and act like everything's okay when it's really eating them up inside. I beg you, please reconsider that thought process and be honest at least. You know, it takes a long time to be honest with things. You know, I mean, I had a conversation not even a week ago, and the question was asked to me of, why can't you just talk about your feelings just one time? Because I always ignore them. So, maybe that's my hang up. But everybody's got something that they're lying about. Maybe not going that bit to it, and maybe lying is a strong term, but it's what you're doing to Satan. That bothers you, that's tripping you up with, he's holding over your head, he's got in your mind, and you're going to say, no, it doesn't bother me that bad, when yeah, it really does. And if you're the only one fighting the battle, you're not going to win. If you've got a close friend or somebody you trust praying for you, meeting with you, talking with you, and ultimately God on your side, then you're going to win the battle. But if it's just you trying to do it in your flesh, it's not going to work. I'm here to tell you I've tried it. And people look at my life story and say, man, you went through so much, you went through a lot. No, I didn't. I'm not that strong.
Amen.
It's all to God.
Amen.
And that brings me to God. Are you lying to God? Think about that. Has God asked you to do something that you don't want to do?
Amen.
Trust me.
Amen.
A year before you guys saw me up here in handcuffs and leg irons, God had been pushing me to do something like that. Did I want to do it? No. Did I tell God I couldn't do it? Yeah, because I can't do it. Was I lied? Yeah, because all you guys saw me do it. That was a lie. I believe that God gives everybody something special they can do.
Amen.
Something they can, people they can reach.
Amen.
But they have to take that first step.
Amen.
I mean, trust me, anybody that knows me outside here knows I'm not the most outgoing person. So, Lord, thank you, everybody that laughed. Everybody that laughed probably good coming. But anyway, so for me to be up here, it just shows that's all God. It's nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Everybody has a special talent, a special gift that they can do for God. That maybe He's placed on you. Maybe you're not willing to take the first step yet. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do anything. He'll guide everything. You don't have to do anything. You just have to say, yes, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just look how much my life has changed in the past year to now. Trust me, it's been a total 180. Trust me, believe me when I tell you that. And all that was for me finally breaking down saying, yes, okay, I'll do it. And yeah, I had to make changes in my life. You know, like I said, I'm talking to me just motherfucking you guys. I wasn't perfect. I was doing things I should not have been doing. But I still said, you know, the big thing with me is back when I was having problems with my epilepsy and I couldn't drive, I made the deal. I said, if you'll let me get my license back, I'll do what you want me to do. Okay, I got my license back. I got my license back the last day of April. And in June, I was up here on stage doing that. So, he held up his end of the deal. So now I got to hold my end of the deal.
Amen.
So, if God is pushing you towards something, be honest with yourself, be honest with Him and say,
Amen.
I'll do it for you. Don't say I can or I'll do it because you can't, no. You can't, I promise you.
Mm.
Because me, myself, like with the escapes that I do, people that know me well, Brother Jeff, Jennifer, Christine, know me, my hands shake, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My hands shake, my hands don't stay still. There's a reason for that when I'm going up, but my hands don't stay still. Do you think I could pick a lock with my hands shaking?
No.
Think about it.
You do.
But I think everybody in here has seen me locked in handcuffs, double locked leg irons, and got out. My hands don't shake when I do that. It's because God's got His blessing on me when I'm doing that.
Amen.
So people that have, you know, stage fright, you know, or can't speak, so I'm not a good speaker, but here I am with a microphone, so I figured that one. Or say I can't sing or I can't do this, you know. You don't even have to be anything on stage. That's the thing. Church doesn't happen in these few hours we're in this building. Church doesn't happen then. Church happens during the week.
Amen.
You know, when I go meet with Jeff, that's when we have church. We talk about God and people and things like that. Church is what needs to happen through the week and outside the world. Not in this building. This is where we happen to meet, but that's not where church actually needs to happen. You know, and it's like people can go to church. I went to church for years. I just went to a building. I didn't go to church. I didn't start going to church until I started going here. You have to understand that. So just because somebody goes to church doesn't mean they're where they need to be. Or that, you know, you meet people and they say, yeah, I'm a Christian, I go here. Maybe God's telling you to talk to that person. But you can say, no, they're good, they go to church. That's not what God asked you. He didn't ask you to go to church. Like He didn't ask me, did I feel comfortable doing escapes? He just said, I want you to do this. And that brings me to my last point is, are you lying to yourself? Are you? Because there might be something you need to do, there might be things you need to change, but you've got it in your head that everything's okay and this is how it's supposed to be, and it's not. You know, there's a reason I don't live in Gaffney. Sorry, Gaffney.
I'm sorry too.
Yeah. There's a reason I live in Gaffney. People I don't need to be around. There's a reason I live live in Spartanburg. You don't need to be around. There's a reason I live where I live. When you drive down the road to my house, you would think there's nothing out there, honestly. You think there's nothing but a field on each side with nothing in it. You think there's no houses out there. I think there is a house out there. That's me. There's a reason I live that way. Because I had to get away from the negativity. And it would have been so simple to say, well, this is what I've been around my whole life, so this is how people live, this is how people exist. But it's not. I mean, there's other options.
Sure.
You know, and I know people that are honestly trapped in the bad lifestyles, and it's because of what they were raised in. They honestly don't think there's another way. They think the way they live is normal. I did, till I was 18. I thought everybody was a drug addict. Everybody was an alcoholic. Everybody was, everybody's father went to prison. That's what you think. You think that's just normal. That's how people live. And, it took me a long time to realize that there is other ways to this whole life, other than what you were raised in. And hey, I'm quite sure everybody here had good childhoods. I'm just bringing an example of something I can talk about. So yeah, that's what my question is, are you lying to yourself? Because you think something's okay, you think this is how it's supposed to be, when your life could be changed up, but you don't want to take the first step. It's kind of like when Jesus was walking on the water and called Peter out there and he was scared to take the first step. That's how life is, trust me. That's how everything in my life that was a good thing and that got better all started with me being afraid to change something. I mean, when I first came here, do you guys think I wasn't nervous, didn't know anybody? All I knew was Jeff and Christine. And I came here, and here we are now. Sometimes fear is a good thing. Change is on the other side of fear. You can break through that and stop the lies. There's no telling what life can hold for you.
Amen.
And that's what I implore you to do. But all this illusion, that was just for David, because he wanted to see me do magic. But through all that, I bring to this point is stop the lie, whatever it is. Just to yourself, to the world, to your job, whatever. And like I said, there's lies I tell myself I need to work on. So I'm not up here trying to say I'm better. I'm just here to tell you the truth of what I see. Is stop lying to yourself. Your life can be better. You can do more. You're worth more than that. If you think you're not worth it, that's the biggest lie you could ever tell yourself, because you're worth it. Things will get better. Things can change. You're stronger than what you believe. That is what I would tell the whole world. If I could talk to the whole world for just 10 seconds, I would tell them you're stronger than you believe you are. Because I never, ever thought I was going to make it out of what I was living in. I never thought I was going to make it to this age. I thought surely I'd be dead by then. I thought I'm going to end up in prison. I thought I'm going to be dead. You ask anybody that knew me a year ago, that asked me about plans I had the next 5 years, I'll be dead by then. I'm not worried I'll be dead by then. But I'm not.
Amen.
So everybody in here, take that. You are stronger than you believe you are.
Amen.
And ultimately, God can change anything.
Amen.
That's right.
No matter what you live or not, God can change.
Amen.
That's my lesson. Bless you.